Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, known as the Dream Decipherer, and this is Dream Your Life, Live Your Dream Live, where we talk about all things dreams. I have to give my apologies for a late start. I had given a talk this morning, and a new client booked an appointment with me right afterwards, which I wasn't expecting, which was a really good session. But what I'm going to be looking at today, some thoughts about turning daydreaming into night dreams, and what's the relationship between your daydreams and your nightly dreams. Now, research does suggest that there is a strong relationship between daydreams and night dreams, with both forms being considered a type of mind wandering that involves similar brain networks and drawing on our memories and our worries and concerns, and features vivid imagery. But there are a few key differences between daydreaming and which is more under conscious control, and the bizarre or even illogical nature of our dreams at night, which are the craziness probably in part due to the particular sleep state that we're in. Night dreams tend to be more bizarre and illogical compared to our daydreams, with incorporating fantastical and unexpected elements and scenarios. The key distinction, however, between the two types of dreams actually lies in this level of conscious control. Daydreaming, or activities like active imagination, which is consciously re-entering into a dream while awake, it occurs during our waking state with some awareness of our surroundings and what's going on around us, and incorporating that perhaps even into the daydream. Night dreams, on the other hand, happen when we're asleep and therefore have little conscious control of what we're doing. Now, with research lately has looked at the relationship between daydreaming and dreams, focusing on various areas. The results of these various studies suggesting a converging of evidence. For example, the research that was done looking at daydream content as compared to dream content found that there was significant overlap in the two in terms of themes and emotions presented in the dreams. And they also seem to share a cognitive process, a reasoning process that was similar. But what that process is and how it works, they're still trying to figure out. Images of the brain, on the other hand, have also indicated similar activation in certain areas of the brain, which are associated with memory and imagery, both during daydreaming and during REM sleep, which lends weight to the idea of there being shared neural pathways or connections between the two. Again, but they don't know what those mechanisms exactly are or how they work. Now, with regard to this principle of or theory of mind wandering, which is how researchers are looking at or terming dreams, and whether they be during the day or at night, they are looking at this as being on almost like a continuum, a line where daydreaming is a mild form of mind wandering, as opposed to night dreams, which are more intense in terms of the imagery that may come up. Now, I mentioned earlier what an action or activity called active imagination, which allows us, under proper supervision, to re-enter a dream. and interact with the elements or characters or what have you in the dream. Now, the reason why I put this proviso that it needs to be done with proper supervision is because if there's somebody who is mentally not strong, psychologically weak, just like people back in the 60s and 70s who took LSD and never came back from their trips, this could trigger some kind of psychosis in somebody who's not psychologically strong enough to come out of the fantasy again. So active imagination, as I said, is getting yourself into a receptive state of mind and going back into a dream consciously and interacting with, like I said, the people, places, and things in the dream. I mean, another term for this could be creative visualization. It's a similar process, just different terms, and it depends on whether you're using it with a dream or with something that's actually currently happening in waking life. Active imagination as a technique was actually developed by Carl Jung and his students. Was not only a recommended technique for working with dreams, but in any area of our life to be able to interact with the characters that populate the movie of our lives, and gaining insight that way. Creative visualization has been used by athletes to visualize winning games. It could be used in sales strategy to visualize sales being made or hitting a certain level of sales. I mean, that's just two of many practical applications of this creative visualization technique. And now, there are a couple of things to keep in mind when engaging with the dream characters. However, it's when using active imagination. And the first is to engage the characters in conversation. Pose an open-ended question and wait and allow for them to respond. Active imagination often involves engagement with the dream characters in some way or form. I mean, it might not even be a human character. It could be maybe a talking cat, like the Cheshire Cat. Or it could be anything. I mean, and the thing is, fortunately, most of the time, our critical reasoning is suspended during sleep to allow these images that seem fantastical to come up. So don't dismiss those. The sly fox or the crow that comes and speaks, they could be delivering pearls of wisdom, and you may be throwing them out because it doesn't look the way you think it should look. So when it comes to working with dreams in this way, you have to kind of check your prejudices and your preconceptions about things at the door, because dreams are meant to help us to expand our vision, not retract it. And if you're holding on to preconceived notions as to what a dream is supposed to be about, or the information that it contains, you're missing the point, really. Now, for people, particularly with issues like anxiety or PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, being able to go use active imagination and re-enter a dream, or doing lucid dreaming, learning how to lucid dream, can help break the cycle of anxiety and panic and whatnot that a traumatic experience has generated. Now, there's one other thing that should be remembered with regard to working with dreams in this way, is that the unconscious mind has two means of being able to communicate with its its waking counterpart, the part of us that says I. One of them is dreams, and the other is imagination or daydreaming. So you can use your imagination to gain some of the benefits anyway, as dreaming. Dreaming, however, because it's the release of critical thinking is prevalent when we're asleep and dreaming, deeper issues can come up because we're not censoring them in some way, so that you can do deeper work working with your dreams. But that's not to say that doing daydreaming can't give us great insight as well. So there you have it. Try this. I'd love to hear if you're experiencing daydreaming following you into your dreams at night, and what, if anything, you've learned about that. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.